What type of probe would you use to check if your application is ready to receive traffic? Which CNI plugin is known for implementing network policies and providing routing between containers? Which Kubernetes object is used to persist data beyond the lifecycle of a pod? Which probe ensures that an application has started correctly and should continue running? How can you implement a taint to ensure that no pod is scheduled on a specific node? In Calico CNI, which component is responsible for enforcing network policy? What is the role of a service mesh in Kubernetes? How do tolerations work in Kubernetes? Which type of service is Which type of service is commonly used in Kubernetes service mesh for east-west traffic within a cluster? Which probe is ideal for checking if an application is functioning correctly and can continue running? Which CNI provides BGP, Border Gateway Protocol, for external network connectivity? What command would you use to view all taints applied on nodes in the cluster? How does Kubernetes handle network traffic between pods in different nodes with Calico? How does Calico CNI implement security in Kubernetes? What is the difference? What is the difference between liveness and readiness probes in Kubernetes? What does the kubectl cordon node command do in Kubernetes? How can you scale a deployment in Kubernetes using kubectl? How do you list all available persistent volumes in the cluster? Which CNI plugin integrates directly with AWS, Azure, and GCP for cloud-native networking? What is the primary purpose of a persistent volume in Kubernetes? Which Kubernetes Which Kubernetes probe should be used to verify that a pod can be safely added to a load? Answer: how can you drain a node before maintenance using Kubernetes? How can you deploy a custom CNI in your Kubernetes cluster? How do you assign a node selector to ensure a pod is scheduled on specific nodes? What does the Kubernetes top command display? Which feature does Calico CNI use for securing pod-to-pod communication in a Kubernetes cluster? What does the Kubernetes annotate command do? How do taints and tolerations work together in Kubernetes? How does service mesh enhance observability in Kubernetes? How does Kubernetes handle IP address management for pods with Calico CNI? How does a service mesh like Istio provide security for inter-service communication? What command would you use to patch an existing Kubernetes deployment? How does Kubernetes perform garbage collection on unused persistent volumes? How can you implement a custom network policy in a Calico-backed Kubernetes cluster? How do Kubernetes probes handle failures by default? How can you view the logs of a Kubernetes pod for troubleshooting?